Hello everyone, I'm Super Akouma and this is my interview for DashFight. It was starting to get harder and harder to believe, but I kept some hope, you know, and here we are, couldn't be happier. It's a completely different game, to be honest. Like, I know a lot of people have not actually experienced what it's like to play offline Tekken, and it doesn't sound like it should be so different, but it really is. It's a completely different game. That's why you don't see most of the pros entering the online tournaments that we have. I think they're a great thing for the community, but it's literally a different game. So, and that's the game I love, you know. And I couldn't play the game I love for almost 2 years, like a year and a half, I guess. And that was, you know, it was really hard. So now I'm back with all my friends playing at the highest level, and it's great. It's just great. At the beginning of the pandemic, I was just thinking, all right, 6 months, we're good, it's fine, it'll come back, right? After almost a year, I was thinking, all right, we've got a problem here. We've got a really bad problem. It's not just a few tournaments getting cancelled. This is my job not being possible, right? So luckily, I found a way to live my life as a Tekken player, and I'm now doing a lot more content. I'm streaming regularly, doing YouTube, I'm doing all that, and I'm focusing on that. I'm not really focused on tournaments at this point, so this kind of surprised me that I was invited. No. Well, I'm not surprised I was invited to the event, just that it happened. I wasn't ready for it. I still don't think I'm particularly ready for it, but I'm gonna try my best, and I'm just happy to be here. It's you know, it feels nice. I've always enjoyed it. I always enjoyed the show part. I always enjoyed the esports part. I know a lot of people, they prefer grassroots community events, and you know, I love those, but that doesn't mean you can't enjoy esports. Some people say, oh, it's only the top that benefits. You know what? I'm at the top, I benefit. Let me enjoy myself. Like, what else do you want me to say? Yeah, I had a lot planned. I was gonna have a big year, right? I found a way to travel even more, but unfortunately there was nothing to travel to. It's unfortunate, but yeah, it was gonna be a big year. I don't want to say too much, but I was gonna be a lot more in America, right? I traveled a lot to Asia. Obviously I traveled all around Europe, but America, it was basically just Evo. And 2020 was gonna be the year of Super Akouma against America, but it's unfortunate. Well, even just a full day of playing has really put me back into it. I'm not at 100% yet, but none of us are, so it's not too bad. But it doesn't really take that long, as long as you're focused. Like, I've played all my life offline. It's just, you don't forget how to ride a bike, you know? I'd like to think I'm pretty chill, yeah. Like, maybe the day of the tournament I'll be a bit more anxious. Now, I have a problem with stress and anxiety at tournaments where my body takes a big hit. It looks like I'm really sick. Some people actually get worried about me, and I'm just like, it's a tournament. That's just how I am. But mentally, it doesn't really affect me. Sometimes I get physical symptoms, but you know, I sort of had them before the flight, but for some reason they're not affecting me right now. So you'll have to check on me tomorrow to see how I'm doing. I think so, yeah. Well, you were talking about the Mixup and how I won the first major event in the first European player to win a major event. And you know, I wasn't feeling good about that tournament. No, I wasn't doing too good. And many tournaments I look sick as a pig, but I just pull through. I just get the adrenaline flowing and focus on the match. Yeah. All right, if you stories to describe me as a kid. I was a very quiet child. I barely even cried as a baby. Like, I've always been chill, like since I've been born, right? Another one, like, I said my first word, right? It was strawberry, right? Which is a very unlikely first word. And then I didn't say another word for another 6 months. That's me, I'm a man of few words. I like to think I'm decent at interviews, but if you see me outside of interviews, few words. Just try to get to the point quickly. I used to do sports growing up, but I've always been into video games. Yeah, it's mostly video games. When I got the game when I was 6, you know, just my parents bought it. It was Tekken 3. Everyone owned a copy of Tekken 3. Let's be real. Like it was too popular. Who got me into the actual Tekken scene itself? Well, I was watching videos on YouTube, you know, getting into it slowly, playing online. And one day I saw like a flyer or something. I think it was an actual flyer, not just a Facebook flyer, right? That said there was a fighting game tournament, a multi-fighting game, and Tekken was going to be there, right? So I went to that cyber cafe to go to the tournament, and they don't have Tekken. But they used to, so the organizer phoned up the Tekken people and said, get your asses down here, there's a new player, get him in, right? Especially since at the time, new players were few and far between. So they drove all the way, they stopped what they were doing, they just come to get me, and they took me to a big meetup they used to have regularly, and then I went to all the weeklies, all the locals, and just became friends with everyone, and you know, just joined the scene, the FGC, you know. Well, they didn't have Tekken, so I didn't do very well. I signed up to the other games, but it wasn't Tekken. The first tournament I did, just in the mid-range. I didn't get beat up, but I wasn't anywhere near winning. You know? For me, there was a clear path to becoming the best, and I knew I wasn't there yet. But I knew I'm not gonna let myself just stay in that mid tier. I needed to climb that ladder, and I did. So here I am. I'm gonna give a shout out to Daitin Jin. He's the guy who basically took me under his wing. He was the best player in the city, one of the best in France at the time. And we became really close, and he really put a lot of time, invested a lot of time into playing with me, to teaching me the ins and outs and the mentality you need to have to get better. Not just in game, like really strive to be the best, you know, and improve in what it means to be a pro player. And yeah, without him, well, the whole community, but especially without him, I wouldn't be where I am today. Definitions changed since then, but it just means trying your best and enjoying the. It's really important to not lose the fact you're supposed to be enjoying this. It is a game, and when you lose that fun, I think you're going in the wrong place. Right? For what it means to be a pro player is to be able to balance a good, healthy amount of competition, of not liking to lose, wanting to win, but also enjoying the moment. I think it's very important. That's why we have such a tight-knit community, because we try to be all friends together, you know? And it's very important to enjoy these tournaments. I think I've gained a lot of confidence, just in life in general. I was a very shy kid. Like I had friends, but I didn't have many friends. And now I'm surrounded by so many loving, caring people, and I'm just an overall happier, more confident person, you know? And without fighting games, I don't think that would have been the case, you know? A lot of things started looking up the more I let myself into the community part of it, you know? It does, like, because the thing is, as I was very competitive, and I was a bit more competitive than a lot of other people's in my local scene, you know? And they always saw me as Akuma, because Akuma, in the story of Street Fighter, he sort of lets himself get consumed by the dark power in order to become the strongest. And you know, I was climbing the ranks quicker than most people had done until then. And they sort of saw me as Akuma. Akuma's not a bad guy in Street Fighter, even though he's a boss, right? He just lets himself get consumed by that a bit. So it sort of became a joke, you know? It wasn't as deep as the Street Fighter story. But since it became a meme that I was like Akuma, when Akuma got announced and we saw the first trailer, I was in the car going to a tournament and people were tagging me. I thought it was a fake. I saw just a picture of Akuma and the Tekken logo. It's like, nah, this is fake. It's a joke, right? And then I clicked and I saw the real trailer. It's like, my God, they did it. I can't believe they did it. Where did it come from? It's like it was the first guest in Tekken. Well, in Tekken since, Tekken 3. So it was just, it became linked, to answer the question. It just became linked. As soon as I saw the trailer, I saw the connection, man. And he's built for me. He's just built for me. I love my character. Like, they nerfed him a lot. A lot of people dropped him. And I haven't even thought once of changing my character. He's made for me. They can make him weaker for all I care. Please don't. Please don't. But he's just so much fun to play. Not to play against for most people, but fun to play. Yeah, I think it really helps becoming a character specialist, right? A lot of people like there's a lot of people associated with certain characters. I like that I'm associated with Akuma, but I think it's a shame that a lot of people resort to doing like counter picks for different matchups. And I get it, you're trying to pick the easier option, but in my opinion, that's not the right move. I think just toughing it out through the bad situations that your character has against certain characters, I think forcing your way through that will make you a better player in the end. So I think you should try to be a character specialist, but it can be very difficult sticking to one character without that emotional link, So I'm glad I have it, and it's made me a better player. It's alright, it's online. The thing is, when Season 4 came out, they patched the online and they made it much better. Then it declined again for some reason. I don't know what the logistics are, how it became worse without the game even being updated, and then being updated and getting worse again. Very confusing, but they patched it and online was good for like 3 weeks, right? So I grinded out online when it was good, and I'm happy I got it in. But the thing is, the best Akuma players in the world are in Pakistan. Like, the thing is they don't play online. I was bound to be the first Tekken God Omega Akuma. I'm glad I did it, but it doesn't hold as much value to me. But I'm glad I did it.
Yes! Oh, I missed the screenshot. Whatever. Yeah, TGO.
Well, I was talking about it with Tasty Steve like an hour ago. It's just that Tekken has always had a lot of things that link the games between each other. There's a lot of legacy skill, we call that, right? If you played a lot of Tekken 3, 4, if you've played all previous Tekkens, you will be good at Tekken 7, right? You'll need to learn what's new, but a lot of things are still the same. All throughout the years, it's a winning formula, it's just been refined, right? Whereas every Street Fighter, an awful lot more changes about the systems, mechanics, combos. So much changes in between iterations. And I think one of the things that makes Tekken special is it's always stayed to what we like, And also another thing I really like about Tekken is characters are a lot more universal in how they play. Every character is unique, but every character revolves around the same core mechanics. Whereas in Street Fighter, characters have different healths, different jump arcs. They have their fastest move at different speeds, whereas in Tekken, there's a couple exceptions, but as a general rule, the fastest move is the same speed, and a lot of moves are similar in between characters, which helps you learn the game. And you don't have that in games like Street Fighter. I don't keep secrets, right? I just play Akuma, but in tournament I just play Akuma. But I love this game, and I like to experience it in all the ways I can, right? I've got loads of characters. I've got a few that are decent that I could pick in tournaments, But like I said, I've learned this game at the highest level with my main character. I know the situations better. I know the answers better. It is very hard to put me in unfamiliar territory when I have Akuma. With other characters, I have a vague idea of what I need to do, and it usually works, but I could probably optimize better. I could probably not fall into certain traps because I think it's going to work a certain way. With Akuma, I know everything. I know everything I need to know. So in tournaments, it's always going to be Akuma. But I love the game. I love all the characters. I always had it. But playing in the online era, as you call it, I guess, it's forced me to play the game a lot more. Because before, right, when it was still offline, like I'd play like once a week with my friends, but I would just optimize my time so that my game, I was learning more from the game. Playing online will teach you a lot of bad habits. A lot of things online, a lot of things are fake online. That's just not how the game is. They're two different games, and playing online will help you to a certain point, but once you reach a certain level, you can ask any pro player, you need to stop playing online if you can. It will hurt you in the long run. I don't think that's the negative aspects. The negative aspects is the fact that input drops happen, lag happens, disconnections happen, rank, like playing in ranked, you see your rank go up and down, but when you lose, and it isn't your fault, you can check your inputs, right? There's a replay feature that shows every button you pressed, and I also have an overlay on my stream of the buttons I press. When I go back frame per frame to see if I did a thing correctly or if I just messed up, and I see that I took the right decision and it did not result in me winning that situation, nothing makes me angrier. I'm a very chill person, but if I press a button and it does not do what I asked it to do, and I check that I pressed it correctly, I will not be a happy man. Like I said, online is very fake and it will give you bad habits. Because, like I said, there's situations, you make decisions, and your brain wires itself to be like, okay, if I do this in this situation, it works. But online, I'd say 1 out of 5 times, it just won't, even though you did the right thing. And it's just wiring your brain to think, oh, I'm scared, I shouldn't try to punish because it's hard to punish. It's, okay, blocking in this situation is hard, when it's actually not. It's actually not. If you play offline, it's just not. It's much better. You can react to things, and everything you do happens on screen. That's all I ask for in a game. Press a button, do the thing. You can hear me getting heated just thinking about it. Absolutely. I hate it. Nah, man, I play on Hitbox. It costs $200, man. I'm not breaking it. I'm not breaking. I've never broken a pad or anything. No, not me. I think we have some of the best players, but I think we have the thing is our community is very segmented in a way, and the top of the players, right? That would be me, Kalak, Doug, Bambino, and Gunny if he didn't drop the game for the online era, right? So that's the top 5 in France. We are leagues above anyone else in France, right? Sure, come at me. But the point is, right, we have our top 5 is amazing compared to some other regions. But Italy, they've got a lot of good players, but I think their top players are not necessarily as good as our top players, but they have more top players, right? I think that's what's weird about the French scene. We have 5 amazing players, and then there's a mid-level that's a big drop, you know? Always underestimated. We regularly beat Koreans. Like, it just gets ignored. Kalak beat Loai. I beat I beat a lot of them at this point, like, because I'm always in finals, whatever. But not just me, because you can always say, oh, it's just one player, right? But it's not, right? We have Nindo, who's well, he's Tunisian, but we count him as French. He's always in France. He beat Loai. Kalak beat Loai. What's his name? DJ Ghost beat Tishramon. He's Japanese now. We have like Doug. Doug almost beat Kudans, and he has beaten Asian players. I just can't think off the top of my head. But that's for the French scene. When it comes to Europe in general, we have won against the Asians. They are overall a better scene. I'm not gonna pretend they're not, but we are cruelly underestimated. There's not much of evolving as a French scene, because first of all, France is big, but it's at a point where Europe is close enough that, like for me, I'm from the south of France, right? If I practice with the Parisians, I might as well practice with the UK or Italy or Spain or Germany. Like, we grow as a region, not just per country. I think Europe grows as a block of Europe. I can make my seen in my city grow because I'm close enough to it. But as for France, I think it's more Europe growing. So yeah, I play Doug, I play Kanak, but I play just as much with the other ones, you know, the other countries. COVID times ain't doing too good for us, but I think we were going well. I think we were all improving. Unfortunately, I was the only European to qualify in 2019 for the World Tour Finals. But I think it could have been more than just me. We have the level, we have the players, but it's hard, man. It's hard, but we have narrowed the gap with the stronger regions. Since Tekken 7 and the Tekken World Tour brings us all together. We've played against the Asians so much, the gap has shortened. And like in 2018, for the Tekken World Tour, 3 Europeans qualified and 1 won the LCQ. There was 4 Europeans in there, right? And it was open to the world. There could have been no Europeans qualified, but we got 4. And I'm sure we can reproduce that. Like, we have new players that have come up, risen up, like Chicken Maru, Daniel Mado, people like that. We have older players taking the game more seriously, like Kuiper. Kuiper was in Pakistan before coming to Ukraine. He's from Spain. Went to Pakistan, didn't go back to Spain. He came straight here. He has been training for this tournament. And we are motivated. Europe will get hurt. There, I said it. Europe will get hurt. It means a lot to me because I remember in Tag 2, the game was kind of dead, right? I loved it, and I was very active in the scene. But the Koreans had a much more active scene, had an arcade scene. All the top players played together, and there wasn't a lot of opportunities for us to practice and get better, right? So we used to get washed by Asia. In Tag 2, beating the Koreans, it was like a distant dream. And the fact that now it's at the tip of our fingers, and the fact that we can do it now, something we could barely dream of back in the day, it makes me so happy, you know? The fact that we've grown so much as a scene, and the game has grown so much to a point where I'm now friends with the Koreans. I see them often. You know, they're not right now, because of COVID again, but the fact that the community is now not just my city, it's not just France, it's not just Europe, it's the world. It's everyone, and that's beautiful to me. I think we have a very good lineup considering all the limitations we had. I think every player that's here deserves a spot here. But sure, we could have seen some more Asian representation. We could have seen some American representation. Sure, but I think everyone that's here deserves to be here. And especially when you look at Group B, like, you can't pick a winner. You just can't honestly pick a winner and be like, I'm 100% sure, bet my life on it, these are the 4 that's gonna get through. No way. The level is close, it's tight. The competition will be very, very hard. Okay, well, tournament overall, we got Aslan Ash. You know, he needs no introduction. Double world champion, you know, won 2 Evos. He put Pakistan on the map. He beats everyone. You know, he's the best in the world. You know, no introductions. That's why he's difficult. Book, he won Evo Japan in 2020. He's always done consistently well. He's the best player in Thailand. Amazing player, very good. We got some more Pakistani players, and their scene is very, very strong. So you can't not be worried about them. We got JDCR, man's a legend. He was a pro esports player before Tekken even had esports. You know, Saint's with him. You can't underestimate Saint. I'm trying to think if I'm forgetting someone, but if you're asking me who's hardest, I can't just list everyone, can I? But honestly, if you got time, I can list everyone. But yeah, Kuiper, Daniel Mado, Fergus, everyone is a problem. It's an invitational tournament of the highest level. Like, everyone's a problem. I didn't really prepare, I'll be real. I'm just happy to be here after so long. Because there's no, I couldn't prepare. The only thing that prepares you for offline is offline. And I couldn't play offline. I played a week ago, 1 hour with my training partner. That's all I could do. That's all I could fit in. And I hadn't seen him in 2 months. I couldn't prepare. I didn't prepare. I'm trying to get as much practice in now that I'm in Ukraine and we're all practicing together. Like, we don't like hide strats or anything. We're all here to push each other to the top. It's not because, like, we know these things. We're not hiding anything, you know. Just, you fight your heart out in offline. Everyone's just so happy to be here. So it's good practice just to play with the guys here. And I'm trying to optimize my time before the tournament starts. But before coming to Ukraine, couldn't prepare, didn't prepare. We'll see what happens. Well, like my friends, like Spag, for example, who helped organize the Takra Cup, which was the tournament there. He said, he's always been telling me, come to Pakistan, the players there are amazing. You know, a long time ago, I was just thinking, yeah, sure, they're amazing. That's just where you come from. You like your mates, it's okay. Then Arslan Ash turned up, and then, oh, maybe Pakistan is actually really good, you know? And they are. Then we see Arslan, I meet Arslan at Evo, and he said, you need to come to Pakistan. We will train together, you'll love it, they'll take good care of you. And everyone said, oh, come, we'll take good care of you, we'll invite you, take care of your hotel. Well, I stayed at a friend's house, but you know what I mean. And yeah, everyone's saying to go. And I went, you know what? The best players in the world are apparently in Pakistan. I need to see it for myself. I've been to Korea, I've been to Japan. If Pakistan is apparently better than both, I need to go there next. So I went to the tournament, I got washed. Then I went to Lahore, which is another city, which is where the main player base is. And I was playing 10, 12 hours a day for like 5 days. And you know what? I won a lot, but I lost a lot. An awful lot. But I came out of it so much stronger. And you know what? Arslan Ash, who said, come to Pakistan or train together, was not in Pakistan when I came to Pakistan. He said to come to practice. And he wasn't there, man. But it's all right. He had an invitational tournament, but it's okay. I played Arslan before. But it was honestly one of the best trips I've ever had. Not just Tekken-wise. The people took such good care of me. I didn't know what to expect from Pakistan, but it was still better than I expected, you know? It was just an amazing experience, such a different culture. And yeah, one of the best trips I've ever had, to be honest. Spicy food. If you're talking about food, spicy food. But honestly, I thought it'd be worse. I could take the heat. I didn't expect it. I'd only started eating spicy food for like 6 months, a year before that. I got into it. So when I was in Pakistan, I was more prepared than I expected. So yeah, but it was very nice, very different, you know. I didn't eat Pakistani food before. Now, if I knew what they were called, I'd order them somewhere, but I got no idea what it was. They just put plates in front of me and I eat. You know? People in Pakistan, they feel very open, you know. I've been told, you know, there's some back talk hidden in the back, but you know, I don't see that. I saw very friendly people coming in and trying to make me have a good time, helping me enjoy myself and helping me train there, you know? Because they could have just said, no, we're not going to meet up and just train with you because you're there. Everyone was really happy that I came. And they really showed it to me, you know? And also, like I said, they're very open. They don't care about minor details, about politeness that is unnecessary sometimes. And I like that, I'm into that, that's what I do. I just go in, I don't really have this barrier between me and people. And I felt that a lot of people in Pakistan were similar to me in that way. So, I enjoyed it, I don't know, you just make friends. And the thing is, you can tell who's really looking out for you and who's a snake. But you know, most of the people in the community that you will see often, most people at the top, if they were having problems with everyone, they wouldn't be here, you know? Like, I can tell you most you know what? I can tell you all of the people invited to this tournament. The ones I know, because there's a couple that I don't see often. I can say that I would trust them with anything. They're all good people, and you know, good people enjoying themselves in a field they enjoy. They tend to be nicer to each other. So we're just nice people, I guess. I don't know. Because I think it's important to separate the game and the people. And we all want to see each other succeed. If everyone could win the tournament, that's what we would want. But it's not. Then we've got to fight it out. But if I lose in tournament to a friend, you know, I'll be pissed, right? I lost. But I will be cheering him on until he loses or until he wins the whole thing. Like, we all want to see each other win. And like I was telling you, we have a lot of, well, we normally have a lot of tournaments. So if today wasn't your time to shine, work harder. You might have your time to shine next. That doesn't mean we can't all be looking good and having our moments. We don't care about hogging every moment to ourselves, right? Personally, I don't think most people in this scene are narcissistic enough to think, oh, I want to win it all. It's all for me, my precious. You know? No, we all want to see each other succeed, and we're happy for each other. I think that's how it should be. And you know, maybe I'm just wrong about some people, and I'm just being lied to. I don't know, but I'm a very trusting person, so I'd like to think people think like me. No, I don't think so. I want to see my friends succeed. But I don't want them to succeed on top of me. I want them to succeed alongside me. And I am going to keep pushing. I'm not going to let people climb over me. I would like to raise people with me, but I need to be at the top to raise people with me. Because if I can have the hypest grand finals and think, oh my God, that was so sick. Even if I win, my friend will still look good. And I'll be happy for him. But I'll be happy for myself because I won. Honestly, it all feels surreal when you think about it, but in the moment, I was just like, it didn't feel like much to me. I just did what I had to do, you know? And you know what? You see me do that comeback, I didn't think it was gonna do that much damage. I didn't think it was gonna kill, I just did my combo. It just turns out he had one little sliver of health left. Then I finished him off at the end of the clip.
Okay, now he's letting him move. He's letting him demon flip, but you know, chikurin not afraid. He's just standing there. He's
trying to pile on the pressure.
Counter hit.
Brilliantly timed.
No, just that he's gonna get the wall damage here. Yep. Standing too. Savage sword.
So much damage on that.
But Super Akouma needs one hit here. He needs one hit. If he gets one hit here, it's gonna. Oh my gosh.
If he gets one hit here, it's party time. Oh.
It's party time and chikurin's invited. Oh, here it is.
Oh, here we go. Why did you say that, Mark?
I want to see parties, man.
Oh my God, look at the health.
And the demon, let's go.
I can't believe what we're seeing. And look at the life bar. Oh my goodness.
Is he probably has a sliver, right? He might have a sliver.
What?
Oh my God.
Oh my
Let's
days.
go.
Oh, the comeback.
I just did my combo and I was like, ah, that does do a lot of damage, doesn't it? But it's just, I did what I got to do. I was in the match. I didn't feel any particular pressure, any particular sense of achievement or anything. Just, I did what I had to do. And for people worried about that clip, Akuma's been nerfed. That doesn't happen anymore. You can calm down, right? I guess I could be proud of myself. I said I used to be a bit shy. I used to not have much confidence. Just not be very happy. And all these things have brought me to the person I am today, a person I love. I love being myself, right? And all these moments built me, built who I am. And I can look back on these moments and think, I got a good reason to be proud of myself. I'm not just some narcissistic person. I got a good reason to like myself, you know? I've done a lot and I want to do more, you know? And yeah, that's when I look back at it, I'm like, they helped me build the better person I am today. Because I look further back and just think, I don't want to be this guy anymore. I want to keep being me now. That's an interesting question because we're doing a lot more team building these days. Because before, I did kind of feel like, all right, I need to travel, they pay for it, I get on my way, I do my job, I wear the shirt, I get paid, right? Well, I get the trips paid. I don't actually get paid, but it didn't mean much. Right now, in the last year, and the COVID stuff happening, we've had a lot more opportunities to talk to each other and progress as a team. Because Crazy, I've always been a project, right? We want to become a big esports organization. And with players like me staying in that little structure, it's helped them a lot. And I'm not gonna pretend that I would have stayed if I got the offer of the century, right? But it just happens that I've stayed with them and they've grown so much since the beginning that I'm happy I get to be a part of this, you know? Because let's see, we got the region of Bretagne, and that's a pretty big sponsor for the team. That's the government. That's an actual part of France saying, yeah, esports is a real thing, and thanks to orgs like Crazy Esports, we can promote esports as being a good, healthy way to enjoy yourself, right? Because, you know, esports is always seen as, oh, it's nerds playing video games. And orgs like these help change that. And it's nice that I get to help. That's pretty much it, I think. I'm just happy to be part of it. And they've supported me. They've actually supported me more than most teams would. They have actually put money from their pockets saying, we do not have money in the budget. You blew the budget, but no, I've been doing well, but you know, there's no money left. They've put money from their pockets, go, okay, you need to get there. This is not just any trip, this is a big trip. We will find a way to get you there. And they have worked very hard to give me all the opportunities I've had. Because I personally am one of the players that has traveled the most for Tekken 7. Me, Fergus, and probably John Ding, I think are the 3 players that have traveled the most out of any player. And the thing that I'm the only one part of a small organization and I still got to do that, it's amazing. They do great work. Yeah, like I said, I wouldn't be there without them. So the thing is, right, I needed a new way to enjoy the game. Right, tournaments are how I've been enjoying the game for the past few years. That's been how I've been interacting with the community. They've been my gateway into really enjoying this game. And then for 6 months, I did nothing. And I was almost getting depressed. Like, the thing I love, I can't do. And I found a new way to enjoy this, to enjoy the game. A new reason, a new purpose to play. Content creation has been that. It's been my new purpose. So what I enjoy about it is that there's not the pressure of tournaments, but you still have to give it your all. It's still something that pushes me to give the best out of myself, right? I still have to work very hard to be able to do my content, and because I'm passionate about it. That's what I was looking for. I found a new thing to be passionate about, because in between tournaments and content, I was just waiting for my passion to come back. And content's been my new passion, yeah. And that's the best way to put it. Ooh, best ice cream I've ever tried. No, I've been to Italy, they got pretty good ice cream. Like gelato ice cream, it's good. I can't remember which city it was. Yeah, I think Italians make the best ice cream. But I like English ice cream, right? It's chemicals, but it's good chemicals. Like it's really thick. Like in France, if you get a McFlurry in France, it's water, right? It's nice, but it's very soft and thin. You get a McFlurry in England, it's so much thicker. Like you will break your spoon in that compared to one in France. And so yeah, I like that.
Super Akouma, both sides. I don't care. Why should I care? I'm on top. I'm winning. I'm cheating. I'm making a career out of cheating. I'm Eddie Guerrero. I lie, I cheat, I steal. What was that phrase about?
Because Akuma when I said that, was the strongest he had ever been. Even I was saying, okay, you need to do something. You need to make him weaker. This is, like, even I'm going, this is not right. This is not right. But the thing is, I was getting so much hate from playing my character. And the thing is, I play on hitbox. People call me a cheater because hitbox is, as I explained to you earlier, better. It just is. Buy a hitbox, Super Akouma, that's my code. But yeah, that doesn't help. Then I play Akuma, which is very different from any other character in this game. And he was the best character in the game by far at that point. So I got so much hate, but I was like, I'm getting carried. You try doing it. Have fun. See where it gets you. I'm winning, I'm making bank, I'm becoming famous because of this, and I'm enjoying all the attention. You know what? Keep hating me. It's not gonna change anything. You'll only hear more of me. Kind of doing my dream job. So, yeah, I just want to get bigger and get to the, you know, if I can become the best in the world like Arslan, if I can grow my content till I'm a big streamer and all that, that'd be great. But I'm already on the path to my dream job. So my dream job is just me if I keep succeeding a bit more. Yeah, that's my dream job. Yeah, I feel like I can really be myself. This is my environment. Now, I think a lot of people, they feel shy. They're like, oh, that's me, I'm introverted. I think a lot of these people, even though there are some real introverts, I think you just haven't found your people yet. And I found my people. That's the FGC, that's the Tekken scene. And I can be myself around them. And I'm happiest when I'm in my environment. Well, you know, I've got to give a shout out to Hitbox. Wouldn't be there without them. Same with Crazy Esports. I'm on the team. I'm gonna do my best for them. Shout out to Tekken Marseille, that's my local scene. Again, wouldn't be there without them. Shout out to all my fans, you keep me going. It helps. The support does help, you know. Fuck the haters, but the support feels good. I listen to some people, you know. And yeah, I don't know who else to shout out. Shout out.
A few words in French.
Merci à tous de me soutenir à travers tout ça. C'est pas évident, mais merci les gars, ça fait plaisir.